Our hometown Devils, Tom Fitzgerald leading the charge, former teammate of mine, who was great to me as a young player. You got to watch your son play in one of these outdoor games when he's at the college level, at NCAA level. What are your memories from seeing that, and what are you expecting from your young group?
Well, great memories. First off, thanks everybody, the league, Governor Murphy's support for the Devils. It's great to hear. My memories for both my boys, two of my boys played at Boston College, played at Frozen Fenway, and it was cold. I remember. I was not lucky enough to be in a suite. But, just to watch them just go out and play, have fun, no worries, just like they were kids, like we were kids playing outdoors was great to see.
Now, quick follow-up, because you guys have been so impressive. Nice progression with your young team. Maybe for the Devils fans and the NHL fans at large that are tuning in, what's the state of the Devils right now? Because they're very fun to watch.
Well, you know what? It starts at the top. We have great ownership, David Blitzer and Josh Harris, the leadership, Tad Brown and Jake Reynolds. That all sips right down to us. Our players, the culture we're building, the understanding of winning, adding the right pieces to, I say the right pieces. We've got good young talent. We've drafted well. We've developed well. Now it's time to put a team together that has a chance to win. Pressure's on. Standards are set. They're much higher, which is everything we played for when we were players, and now building towards is no exception. So we're in a good state. We're excited about this iconic venue to host these games, and be quite honest, to be part of this is very special for us.
Thanks, Fitzy. So you're talking about big games. My hands might be still sore from having the scissors cutting the net when Marty set the NHL record, but former teammate and one of the nicest guys you're going to find, all-time great goaltender. Marty, you grew up playing in Montreal, and certainly I'm sure you might have played some outdoor games as well. But you've played in so many big games on so many grand stages. But from your perspective, what does this mean to your group?
I mean, it's a lot. I think, they've been working really hard all their careers. They all grew up playing, street hockey, hockey in the parks, in the ponds. Now they got a chance to do it again and become kids again for a day. And I think that's what it's all about. I think it's the love of the game, and that's why we play the game. But this is a different stage. You're going out there, and there's a buzz about the game. You walk into this, this arena or this stadium, and you feel special. And, I've lived it in Yankee Stadium a few years back, and didn't do too well as a team, but the experience was awesome, though.
Listen, that's a rare occurrence for you. So, no, points well taken. Certainly appreciate your perspective.
There's so much you see so far, compared to seeing just fans not too far from you. But it is a little different. Good thing, we're going to have a practice for the goalies to get used to it. Just make sure you don't look up too high in those bright lights, because that could get blinding too.
You mentioned on stage about, the importance of having this game. And now that the team is doing so well at this point, I guess, in the season and what they're expected to do, how important is it on this grand stage to maybe showcase themselves, showcase the team, the organization on a grand stage like this?
Yeah, I think it's an important game. I think an important event for the organization. I think we've arrived, like the players, on the team. We made a lot of hay last season, and we're looking to do some damage this year and play better and get involved more. And so having those events and doing well in those events are important, not just for our fan base, but where we stand in the National Hockey League also.
What have you liked about what you've seen with the team so far, Marty?
I think the maturity. I think guys are focused, are doing the right things out there. We're not playing our best. I think everybody knows that, but I think we're committed to get there. We've done it last season. Expectations are higher. People are a little more ready to play us than maybe last year at this stage of the season, and that all plays into it. So I think it's just a matter. I just love the maturity of the team, that they're understanding what it takes, and the veteran guys like the Foley we added this year. Last year with Palat and Hala. These are all good things that we've done, and it's paying off for our young players moving forward.
In a game against the Flyers, that will probably bring out the best in these guys.
It's rivalry games are rivalry games. It doesn't matter who's hot that year or who's not. You're still going up against the fans on the other side and then the team. So I always loved playing against the Flyers in my day, and I'm sure, I think we've got a really good taste about what the Ranger rivalry is all about with the playoffs last year. And, the Flyers are coming. And so eventually, we're going to be facing a really good Flyers team. I mean, they're having a great start of the season. So we'll see how at that time in February, it's still a long time to see where everybody's at, but it's going to be fun.
What was the most memorable moment for you playing at Yankee Stadium?
For me, it was not even playing the game. It was with my family after practice when I spent some time with the kids skating around. It was snowing. It was like a gorgeous day. I think the game was a little difficult. It was cold. It was like a 2-hour delay or something like that because of the glare. So there's a lot of things that happened during that day, but I'm sure now they got a lot more experience in how that's what we play at 8 p.m., I think.
What's it like having the family there for those skates? Because it's not just your family, it's the whole team's family. It really is a family moment.
Yeah, it is, and it's surreal, just sitting in those iconic venues. You just sit there and you're in awe. When you play the games, you play the game. You don't have time to think about it. You concentrate on what you need to do. But it's all the, surround and I think, the family just enjoy it so much, and it's, like I said, like the things you're always going to remember all your life.
One of the things is that because the team's so young, a lot of guys don't have families. So does this become like a huge bonding moment, maybe in the same way it does for families?
Well, they do have family. They have moms and dads.
Fair.
And brothers.
Okay, that's fair. No, but until you're talking about kids and wives and all that.
Yeah, well, there's a different generation of hockey players back then, but I think it's for everybody. It's everybody, your friends, like everyone that you have a chance to invite to enjoy that moment, and these people will remember for forever. It's like being at your draft, it's like being at your first Stanley Cup if you have a chance to win one. And it's all the same. Like I said, it's a great moment for the players.
Fitzy, just how exciting is this to be here now, looking behind you, seeing kind of it all starting to come together?
Well, look at it. It's great. This is the start of it. It's just going to be incredible when it's finished and how the league puts it all together and how quickly they do it. But first and foremost, we're super excited to actually be here, to be asked to do something like this in this iconic venue. Like I said earlier, from David Blitzer, Josh Harris, Tad Brown, Jake Reynolds, our coaching staff, our entire organization is the guys are right. This date's circled, and just super excited.
Does it really make it the right time to showcase your team right now, just where you guys are, the standards that you have to be on this type of stage?
Well, I think it's. Timing's everything, where our team's at, and then starting to be asked to do things like this, whether you're kicking around, maybe going back over to Europe. I believe it's all because of, the team we have and where we're going. So again, very fortunate that we've been asked to be here, to be part of this. Hopefully there'll be more down the road.
When you have so many young players, can they even appreciate it more? Because they've been playing outdoors now for a lot of their careers.
I hope so. I hope so that they see, this brings them back. They're kids anyways, right? But it brings them back whether you were skating outside on an outdoor rink, a rink that your dad built in the backyard, or even street hockey, just playing outside in that fresh air. It brings back great memories.
What does this do for the Devils in the state of New Jersey to have this night at this stadium?
Well, I mean, like I said, it's incredible. To play at this iconic venue in the state of New Jersey, to represent the state of New Jersey, is huge. We'd like to transition to be the only team in New Jersey, hockey-wise. So no, we're excited.
How important is the family aspect of it, too? I know you kind of mentioned it there, but just the players being with their families, being on the ice, and for the whole organization to come together.
Yeah, that's really what it's all about. What they'll be able to participate in here, whether it's the skate, the dinners, just be the organization being one, being a family. I know I would have been excited. I know my kids would have been excited if I was able to participate in something like this as a player. Now they're older, so they won't be able to enjoy it. But I just think about the young ones, the guys with young family, and just seeing their kids skating around, or their girlfriends or wives, and it's so inclusive. It's just going to be fun to be part of.
You had a couple of these in Pittsburgh too. What was the experience like? Just
I never participated. No, I wasn't living in the city. I was still in Boston, sitting on my couch watching the very first one on New Year's Day when Sid scored that great goal. Yeah, it was nice and warm where I was at.
Can you appreciate what that moment will be like when your team walks out and as a player, as someone who's played this game, to be in front of a crowd that big?
No, I can't. I can't imagine. It's an event. It's not just a game. It's an event. It's who's going to come up, who's going to be the most creative team. The walk off the bus and into the arena, the clothing. What kind of character you're going to dress up as. I just think there's so much to it. It's a major event, and like I said, everybody, staff, coaches, families, not just the players, have this date circled.
How important is it to hear Keith Jones say, we're building our program, we're building our team, and we want to be, like the Devils, what they're doing? How important is that to hear something like that?
Well, you know what? We've always felt we were doing the right thing. The choices we were making at the time of building towards where we're at and where we are going to go and where we need to go. Yeah, you know what? It's I take it as a nice compliment. But we're far from where we want to be. But we've gotten off to a good start building this, organization the way we want it, and bringing the Devils back to, being relative again. The way Lou built his teams and what the fan base expects and the standards that they've set on their organization. So we feel like we're doing some good things, but standards and expectations are raised. So there's some pressure. But that's why we played the game. This is why we in the game. It's not for everybody. But it's a good situation to be in.
And when you hear Carl Banks, Mangold talk about the toughness of hockey players, that's what they enjoy. That's pretty cool to hear that kind of stuff, right?
Well, of course we're all biased as players, ex-players. Like, we do believe we play the greatest sport there is, greatest team sport in our opinion. But it says a lot from somebody, coming from somebody like Carl Banks, and how he looked at the game and how much he was attracted to the game and the whys, that's what hockey's all about.
A couple of housekeeping questions. What's the status of Nico right now?
Yeah, just again, he'll be evaluated, day by day and see where he's at. But other than that, I have no other comment.
And then Jack Hughes. I know this is probably a question you've answered ad nauseum, but from year 1 to year 5, what progression have you seen out of him?
Well, physically you see a change in body makeup, strength on pucks, the speed, the way he handles the puck at full speed. It's like that stick is part of his limb. The way he uses it. Not many people can say that, can do that. I think, just growing up and maturing. He was 18 years old. Just turned 18 when he turned pro, when he was drafted. And, he's, 22 right now? We haven't even seen the best of Jack Hughes, to be quite honest, because everything else will come into play, the maturity, the understanding of the league. But he's coming. He's coming.
Is there still a constant evaluation with the goaltending as well?
Oh, yeah. Listen, it's no different than any other position, to be quite honest. You want to create depth. You want to create an environment where you have a chance to win every single night. I think we have that. We believe in our goalies. Can they play better? I'm sure if you ask them, absolutely, they could play better. If I ask 10 of our 12 forwards, I'm sure they say they can play better. Same with most of our D. As a team, there's better in us. There's better 5-on-5 play. Yeah, our power play's doing great. We got to get our PK going. But we've got to play better in front of our goalies as well.
And finally, you're hoping for snow on February 17th?
If I'm indoors, it can snow. That's all I care. That Fenway game, man, it was cold. I didn't even tell it. I didn't say it in there, but I left. I was like, it's too cold. I went to Jeremy Remy's around the corner with my family.
Fitzy, just following up on Nico, will he be going on the trip with you guys?
We're not sure. We're going to sit back and talk to our medical people, but right now I don't anticipate him traveling with us.